Welcome to another edition of A Strange New Pod. I'm your captain and host, Julian Brown, and let's be honest, as much as I'd want Captain Pike to be my bridge buddy, I'm way out of his league.
I put this in wrong people.
Yeah, we'll have more on that in just a bit. But alongside me tonight is the best bridge crew in the quadrant. Rear Admiral Erik, who would absolutely have a pet targ. Lieutenant Brittany, who absolutely has had enough of all the Vulcan bullshit. Lieutenant Hawk, who, damn it, man, you're right again. And Commander Girafe, who, let's face it, is also tired of all the Vulcan bullshit. Glory to you and your houses. How we doing today, folks?
Pretty good.
All right.
Can't wait to see how bad I bomb at Star Trek trivia.
Yeah, me too.
It's gonna be so much fun. It's gonna be great. And I have to say, guys, besides all of our before we decided to number all these things together, this is our 50th numbered episode. So congratulations.
Woo!
Yeah,
Bravo.
50
happy
years
50.
of ASNP. Oh, sorry.
Oh God.
What?
What? How would we all look in 50 years?
Glorious.
First of
glorious.
all, I
Yeah.
hope good.
We all hope. Yes, happy 50th episode. It's a pretty exciting milestone and more fun to come. Guys, this week, before we get into our review of Lower Decks Season 2, Episode 9, which is titled Wish Dush, it's Trivia Night.
When you wish upon a star.
Shut
up.
Oh boy.
But I love her.
It's Trivia Night. We're making it happen. We're here. We'll have all the rules and stuff in just a few minutes. I should say in just a few minutes, not 1 minute, like a couple.
I was
minutes.
like, okay, man, we can do it in a minute.
I would be impressed. So as soon as Trivia Night is over, we will get into the Strange New Loop and also our review of Season 2, Episode 9. But let's get right into Trivia Night, guys. And we got to forego our thanks because we have a lot to get to in this episode. But to you, our Patron Collective, you guys, you know who you are. You're awesome. You're amazing. Speaking of Patron Collective, one more quick bit of business. Girafe has become a full-time member of this crew, and we want to say officially welcome. You're the best. We're glad to have you here. And she also has a fancy new setup.
Hats off to
What
Girafe.
have you done? What have you done?
Yeah.
I still have to remember to speak in the microphone.
You do, but you'll get used to it.
But you
It's a lot of
sound
fun.
even better now.
You're fine where you are.
You are.
That's how you know you're
great.
official when we finally give you a real mic.
That's right. That's right.
Hawk, you're not
kidding.
official.
No. Nope.
I gave him that mic. He's fine.
Hawk
Yeah,
let me
that's a
skip
mic.
him in favor of getting Girafe an actual microphone instead of her computer mic. So here we go, guys. It is Trivia Night. Girafe,
I'm
who
already
is here
sweating.
with us, is taking Erin's place for Trivia Night today, and she'll be representing Fernanda. So here we go, guys.
I'm so
Here is
sorry.
how this is going to work. I'm going to ask each of the co-hosts 13 questions. It's a deck of 52 cards, like a deck
My
of
God.
real cards.
Oh,
Um,
oh, it's from the Star Trek Day shit.
exactly. And
That's why you have it.
That's why I have it. And we have to say thank you to our good friends at Paramount Plus for the awesome Star Trek Day trivia cards. That's why we're doing this. These are great. I actually haven't read any of the questions, so these are all going to be new to me
Oh
too.
boy.
It's going to be great. Here's how this is going to work. 13 questions to our co-hosts in succession. Not, everybody's going to get 13 questions at once. And
Okay.
then if the answer that is given is right, you will hear this soundbite.
Dazzling display of logic.
I
And
love
then,
it.
Beautiful.
if you're
Fucking Vulcans.
wrong, you will hear this soundbite.
Most illogical.
I'm going to hear that a
Aw.
lot.
I love it.
And then,
Right.
guys,
Just done.
this is the most important part. Upon a wrong answer, a co-host will have the opportunity to steal. Whoever I hear say Spock's socks first will get the steal. Okay. Each correct answer is worth 2 points, and each correct steal is worth 1 point. You'll have 10
Ooh.
seconds to answer your questions before we start. And let's remind people who we're playing for. Girafe, as we mentioned, is playing for Fernanda. Brittany is playing for a member of our mod squad, Noe.
I'm
Hawk
sorry,
is-
Noe.
Hawk is playing for Ian, and Erik is playing for Tina.
Sorry,
So-
Tina.
Let's. Is everybody
just
ready?
do well.
Any questions? Any questions?
I'm
before we
sweating, man.
start?
Let's go.
I just have congrats, Ian, for winning this.
I have Noe. You can meet me at a Denny's parking lot at 3 p.m. and kick my ass.
Before we start, does anybody have anything that they could help me keep score with? Because I don't have anything in front of me.
We have the Google Doc.
Google Doc?
Oh, do you guys have it up? There you go.
Like the Google
All right.
Doc?
So whoever's keeping score, tell me now so we can tally the points.
Yeah, we'll
Can
tally
we
it right
call a
next to the
friend?
names.
I had the idea of being able. Oh, that's right. I did forget to put one thing in the rules that I had mentioned 2-3 weeks ago when we announced this.
Mhm.
If you in one of your 13 questions, you can ask a friend, which is AKA ask
Twitch
a
chat.
Twitch collective member.
It'll be everybody asks
Live.
Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's in my DMs.
Is he there?
You're right.
I don't know if Rob's there.
Rob's not
Rob's
there.
not there.
He's not there.
Oh,
I
Rob.
He's in
Oh
my
my
private messages.
Rob's not there. Joe has a headache. What's going on?
While we're setting up the score sheet, let's remind people what they're playing for. There's going to be 2 prizes for first and second place. First prize is going to get a Star Trek Discovery Season 3 / Lower Decks Season 2 Blu-ray set. I'm
That's
sorry,
legit?
Season 1 Blu-ray set
Okay.
because the Season 2 isn't out yet.
I was gonna say, damn,
Um,
dude, you got some real screeners, didn't you?
Oh, that would be awesome.
He's like the Blu-ray set.
And then first prize will also win this Captain Pike action figure.
Ooh,
There it is. It's kind of hard to see with the light,
Looks
but
so
there it is.
cool.
Yeah.
he's in there. We
He's
promise.
so handsome.
All his parts.
He is handsome. It's not Handsome Hanson. It's handsome. What's his name?
Oh,
Jeffrey
trivia
Hunter.
night.
Jeffrey Hunter.
Jeffrey Hunter.
That might be a trivia question. And then second prize will get a 1701 figure set, which features Tasha, John Luke in his old uniform, and Reg Barkley.
Yo,
Reg.
Yep.
I can be creepy with an action figure.
Yep. And you'll also get an ASNP prize pack full of stickers and pins and goodies. So
For my phone a friend, can I just send Mike McMahon a Twitter DM and hope, dear God, he responds?
Yes,
I'll be like,
I will-
Please, I can win a prize. Answer this
I will
question.
allow that. I will allow that.
That will be what I'll try to do, and he probably won't respond, and I'll probably be blocked.
All right, Eric, is the score sheet ready?
Oh, am I doing this?
I saw you typing, so I assumed you.
Oh, I thought that was you.
Because I'm sweating too much.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
And I won.
Remember,
He's like,
remember, correct answers are worth 2 points, and steals are worth 1 point.
Yeah.
And you let me know when you're ready.
Yep. I'm good.
All right.
Throw up.
Here we go, guys. Star Trek Trivia Night. Thanks again
Oh
to my
wait,
friends
did,
at.
did,
oh,
do you see what SF Haven Gaming wrote on the Twitch?
oh, thank you so much, Haven. That is freaking awesome. Haven is throwing in a 1-month subscription to Strange New Pod on Twitch for the winner. So that's awesome. Thank you so
Wow.
much,
But-
Haven. That's excellent.
You.
Thank
Now I gotta
you.
really try not to mess up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Lives are on the line.
Start your engines. Is everybody ready?
Start your
Yeah.
warp course.
Start
going
your
straight to
warp
10.
course. Here we go. And we're starting with Girafe.
Oh mon dieu.
Oh, question number 1. Who serves as communications officer in the final episode of Star Trek, the original series? Is it A,
Oh.
Lieutenant Baldovine, B, Lieutenant Rand, C, Lieutenant Uhura, or D, Lieutenant Lisa?
Lieutenant Lisa.
Dazzling display of logic.
That was one
I
I
actually
actually
knew
knew.
that.
I was ready to say
Yeah.
Spock sucks so bad. I was like, hold on. That is one episode I've seen, damn it.
Well done, Girafe. All right, question number 2. Which of the following was not a founding species of the United Federation of Planets? Was it A, the Tellarites, B, the Vulcans, C, the Bajorans, or D, the Andorians?
It's still me.
Yeah, still you. You're doing all 13 at once.
The Bajorans.
Dazzling
Damn.
display of logic.
For sure.
Nice.
That's easy
So
so,
proud-
far. I
okay.
can do this.
The 2 times I know something.
I know, right? I was like ready to say Spock sucks. It's gonna get to me and I'm gonna be like, I don't fucking know.
This one could be a little tough. We'll see. In Star
Mhm.
Trek Picard, what
Oh,
advice
no.
does Zhaban give Picard before his interview with the Federation News Network? A, don't tug at your suit. B, be the captain they remember. C, remember who you are. Or D, Give him hell.
I legit do not remember. B.
Dazzling display of
Yep.
logic.
I was gonna
Damn.
say.
I was gonna say that one too.
These.
Damn it.
Wow.
Be the captain they remember.
Remember, yeah.
Who created the Bajornan wormhole? Was it A, the elders, B, the founders, C, the prophets, or D, the archons?
The prophets.
Dazzling display of logic.
Oh yeah!
Yep. You got
Son of a bitch.
If you said anything but profits, I would have a talk with you.
Right?
I'd be like, listen.
4 for 4 right now. Okay. In Gene Roddenberry's original treatment for Star Trek, what was the name of the starship? Was it A, the Yorktown, B, the Reliant, C, the Enterprise, or D, Plymouth?
Wait, can you go that again? Reliant?
Yes, I will. Yes,
Wait.
you can ask for a reread. In Gene Roddenberry's original treatment for Star Trek, what was the name of the starship? Was it A, Yorktown, B, Reliant, C, Enterprise, or D, Plymouth?
I think it's Yorktown.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Dazzling display of logic.
Son of a bitch.
I want to say Spock sucks so
Oh,
bad.
09. It's because of Star Trek 09.
I know, that's the only
reason I know
it.
Beyond.
It
Beyond
is.
the Yorktown. Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
What weapon did Kirk and Spock use when they fought for possession of T'Pring during Spock's Ponfar ritual in Amok time?
Girl, you know
Was it
this.
A,
Ooh, they used
Lurpa,
to.
B, Morteus, C, my favorite weapon, the Mek'leth, or D, the Kabar or Kaber?
So it's the right answer is the Lirpa, but actually they use an angle, another one, a second one like the lasso thing too. But Lirpas, yes.
Dazzling display of logic.
I knew you know this because every time it comes up, you're like, it's pronounced Lurpa.
She's getting lucky with a lot of TOS questions. I did shuffle this deck multiple times.
Now
so.
I feel
Oh,
bad because
wait.
I know all these. When it gets to me, it's gonna be crazy shit I haven't seen, like Enterprise.
What species known to the Borg as species 329 were deemed unworthy of assimilation? Was it A, the Tholians, B, Klingons, C, Kazons, or D, the Organians?
The Kazons, the bird people, isn't them?
Dazzling
Kazans.
display of logic.
Yes.
God damn.
Yes. I give you a double thumbs up for that one.
Ringer right now.
Damn.
Jesus.
I rewatched Voyager and I remember like laughing at this because they're like the aliens I feel are the most useless. And I was
Yeah,
like,
in that
damn right.
quadrant, they're like, fuck those guys. And I thought that was funny too. I was like, why them?
Yeah,
They're pretty cool. Why are humans more interesting?
What type of fish does Captain Picard keep in his ready room? A, suckermouth catfish, B, clownfish, C, goldfish, or D, lionfish?
I see the aquarium, the bubble thing on the wall.
Time's up. You got to answer.
Lionfish. I don't know. Lionfish.
Dazzling display of logic.
God damn
I
it.
want to say
Damn it, I knew that one.
Draft's gonna. What's the point? Draft's
Oh
winning.
my
He's
goodness.
got this. Oh my
You should have
God.
really. I feel like in a row is just bad.
Lexi
Yeah.
on Twitch goes, call animal rescue because there's a giraffe on fire right now.
Yes.
2, 3, 4, 5,
I-
6,
Oh.
7, 8.
I
Was
should
that
even
it?
go next.
8 questions?
This is so not fair for giraffe right now. For you guys because this next question is kind of
Hey,
easy too.
we've
1,
known
2,
this.
3, 4,
Hey, I'm the
5,
question
6.
underdog here.
This is question 8. She's 8 for 8. She's about to be 9 for 9. What is
Very nice.
Lieutenant Uhura's first name? Is it A, Nyota, B,
Yeah.
Ifra, C, Katura, or D, Ayana?
Nyota.
Dazzling display of logic.
Did you
Oh
shuffle
my
these
God.
cards for real?
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Okay.
This is
Okay.
amazing.
In lower decks, what is General Corinne's species? Is it A, Vulcan, B, Romulan, C, Ferengi, or D, Klingon?
Klingon. Yeah. Korean. Yeah. Klingon.
Dazzling display of logic.
I really
Guy
thought you were
in
going to
the-
slip up on that one. I was so ready.
So the guy in the shuttle, blast off.
Corinne?
Yeah. Corinne.
Yeah, look at those
yeah.
co-names.
That in general gives
True.
it away.
Oh, this is a very good question. And I don't even know the answer.
I'm going to throw up.
Who was originally offered the role of Spock? A. DeForest Kelley, B. Roger Moore, C. Martin Landau, or D. Dustin Hoffman?
Okay, wait. DeForest Kelly. What did you say? DeForest Kelly. Martin Landau.
Would you like me to
what was the
reread?
second one?
Otherwise, your
The
10
second
seconds.
one. The second one. Yes.
Roger Moore. 5.
No, it's Kelly. It's DeForest
4.
Kelly.
Is that your
DeForest
final
Kelly.
answer?
Yeah.
Most
No.
illogical.
Spock sucks!
Ah.
Spock sucks! Spock sucks!
Brittany got Spock
Martin
sucks.
fucking Landau.
Dazzling
Just
display
like
of
one
logic.
random fact I know.
Brittany gets
All right,
And the
Brittany
only
got a steal.
reason
She gets
he didn't
1
do
point.
it was because he did that
I
the
never heard of that. I was like,
Mission
okay,
Impossible
Kelly, why
or
the fuck
whatever
not?
was big
I
at
thought
the
you were
time.
going to get the clean sweep. I really did. Oh. All right.
Nice job.
two more questions, Giraffe.
I'm going to throw
Okay, I'm not doing bad.
Which Star Trek captain has an artificial heart? Is it A, Jonathan Archer, B, Benjamin Sisko, C, Jean-Luc Picard, or D, Catherine Janeway?
It's Picard. I actually seen this episode.
Dazzling display of logic.
I'm surprised you had to think about that one.
No, I was kidding. We watched the
Oh,
episode
okay.
like not long
Alright.
ago. Yeah.
He's the only one where it makes
Tapestry.
sense he would have a heart, like an artificial heart.
Yeah.
The rest
Right?
it's like, they get beat to shit, but like their heart's fine. Ooh.
Excuse me 1 second.
So far, I winged like the lionfish one entirely. Let's be honest. The rest I kind of knew.
I think you
The
did.
lionfish,
I was
had
ready
no
to steal
idea.
that from you.
All right, Giraffe, your final question.
Okay.
What Star Trek character was labeled unknown sample when discovered by Bajoran scientists? Is it A, Odo, B, Data, C, 7 of 9, or D, Khan Noonien Singh? Right?
It's Odo, right?
Yeah.
Dazzling display of logic.
Okay, so
hilarious.
Giraffe, at the end of your round, you went 12 for 13 with Brittany getting a steal. Eric, can you tell me how many points that leaves Giraffe with?
0. 24. You had 24 points.
24 points for Giraffe, 1 point for Brittany. And speaking of Brittany, you are up next and you are playing for Noe. Are
I'm
you
so
ready?
stressed right now.
No,
Yes,
she is not.
I'm like
You're not going to be
sweaty.
happy with the first question because it's yeah.
Enterprise.
But you already have a
An
point.
episode I've seen.
What character dies in the series finale of Star Trek Enterprise? Is it A, Hoshisato, B, T'Pol, C, Phlox, or D, Trip Tucker?
I'm gonna hope it's Trip.
Oh, fuck.
I've only seen like 3
Dazzling
episodes of that
display of
show.
logic.
Oh my god! Holy shit.
I was ready. I waited
Yeah.
for that for 4 seasons. Give me that question.
Oh my god! I'm
Oh.
so thankful. Oh,
What character
Yeah.
was adopted by the Vulcan ambassador Sarek? Is it A,
Michael Burnham.
Sylvie? Okay, yes. Would you like
Sorry,
me
I
to
gotta
read?
wait.
I
Sorry.
didn't know we could do that.
You can't.
Sorry.
You got to read. No, you can't do
I'm
that.
sorry. Sorry.
Is it A,
I'll wait.
Sylvia Tilly, B, Michael
Aw.
Burnham, C, Spock, or D, Cybok?
Cybok.
That would be Michael Burnham.
Dazzling display of logic.
It would be really funny if I was wrong and it was like, oh shit, he adopted another kid. Next
What?
episode of Lower Decks.
What is the name of the ship that Star Trek Lower Decks takes place on? Is it A, the USS Cerritos, B, the USS Raven, C, the USS Defiant, or D, the USS Enterprise?
A, the USS Cerritos.
It's the Enterprise.
I'm less stressed now. This is fun.
Enterprise.
Dazzling display of logic.
If you're asking the
Another
Padleks,
Enterprise.
it's the Enterprise. Just saying, that's a trick question. But that is the correct answer. What type of weapons technology does a phaser use? Ooh. Is it A, 0-point energy, B, plasma, C, particle beam, or D, antimatter?
It's a particle beam, and my hands are shaking.
Dazzling display of logic.
Oh my god, I know so much Star Trek, guys. Holy shit. You would have asked me this stuff like a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, and I've been like, I don't know.
Fun fact,
Radiation.
I would have probably gotten that one wrong. So well done. Who was the
Oh.
first Kelpian to enter Starfleet? Is it A, Ash? Is it B, Shazad? Is it C, Saru? Or is it D, Cole?
See, Saru. The Kelpian
Dazzling
love of my
display
life.
of logic.
Who was originally cast as Captain Janeway? Is it A,
Oh,
Dame Judi Dench, B, Catherine Deneuve, C, Sophia Loren, or D, Genevieve Bujold?
Genevieve, first of all. Bujold.
Whatever. Sorry.
I think she has that fancy accent, right? It's like
What? What's your answer?
a Genevieve Bujold. Right?
Dazzling
'Cause she was
display
so
of logic.
serious. I wouldn't have known this before this podcast, guys. We talked about
It's
that. It was
true.
a fun
I
fact.
was ready to steal.
I know.
Ready to
I
steal.
saw, and also your French eyebrows peaked up, and I was like, there are two names he pronounced. Give me a 50-50 chance. Whew, okay.
What ship is Sulu assigned when he's promoted to captain? Is it A, the USS Bradbury, B, the USS Excelsior, C, the USS Excalibur, or D, the USS Yamaguchi?
It's the USS Excelsior. Because only two
Dazzling
people say
display of
Excelsior.
logic.
Him
That's
and
right.
Stanley.
Excelsior.
And I guess the state of New York, but whatever.
All right, here we go. What Star Trek The Next Generation prop was designed using an automotive air filter and a hairband? Is it A, the Reskian flute? Is it B, Geordi's visor? Is it C, the positronic brain? Or D, a warp coil?
It's B, Geordie's visor, because every kid wears a hairband pretending to be him, I think.
Dazzling display of logic.
Yes. Oh my god.
How many is Brittany at? Let's see.
I think like 6?
We have 5.
That was
left,
that was
so
8.
8.
was 8.
Holy shit. Okay, hold on.
8 for 8. Here we go.
Okay.
Who is the youngest captain in Starfleet history? Is it A, James T. Kirk, B, Catherine Janeway, C, Wesley Crusher, or D, Christopher Pike?
Wait, Wesley was a captain? Did I miss that?
Hmm.
I thought he left the academy. He
Time's a
didn't-
ticking.
Tic tac, tic tac.
Hold on. Can you repeat the name, please?
Yes, I could repeat the question.
Sorry.
And the
I got
names.
hung up on Wesley.
Who is the youngest captain in Starfleet history? A, James T. Kirk, B, Catherine Janeway, C, Wesley Crusher, or D, Christopher Pike?
They all look around the same age. They're all older.
Time's
I
up.
don't know. Kirk?
Dazzling display of logic.
Thank God. You
Damn.
fucking I was like, when the fuck was Wesley a captain? You like
He wasn't.
I
That
like-
was a trick. That was a
No.
trick answer.
I thought so
on
because
that.
I was like, did I miss an entire episode of a series? Like, what do you do with the Traveler, guys? Holy shit.
This
Okay, I'm
is
good.
this is I think the first real tough question, but I could be wrong. In Star Trek Discovery, where is Ash Tyler originally from? Is it A, Seattle, Washington? Is it B,
Oh.
New Berlin? Is it C, Birmingham, England? Or D, Tarsus 4?
Okay, I'm gonna go on a limb here because a lot of Star Trek characters are from fucking planets with 4 at the end. But he's like a human, so I don't fucking know. Tarsus 4. I don't remember anything about that man. I didn't like his character.
Most illogical.
Spock socks.
Socks! Spock socks!
Spock socks.
Where was he from? I don't remember anything.
I don't know if that was Giraffe or Eric. I think it was Eric Giraffe. I'm really sorry.
Seattle.
I did hear Eric's verse. Yes, that is.
Seattle?
Dazzling display of logic.
Like I said, I didn't retain anything about his character. I didn't care for him.
Eric.
Sorry.
Eric gets a point. Sorry.
The
Giraffe,
one thing I knew about it.
I really do believe I heard Eric first there, so I had to give
That's
it to
such
him.
a weird question.
I heard myself first. but
No, you. It was the French going in the way.
Type and so on,
I thought I did well because like everybody and their moms is from some shit 4. Yeah,
You didn't. That would be.
That was a hard one, yeah.
I did know.
I
that
don't
one.
know.
I
I
did
really
know
don't
that
know.
one.
I only saw
Who-
Star Trek Discovery once. Season 1, I mean.
Who was the first real astronaut to appear in
Oh.
any Star Trek episode? Is it A, Neil Armstrong, B, John Glenn, C, Mae Jemison, or D, Krista McLeaf?
McAuliffe, and she died. But no, I
McAuliffe,
didn't pick
sorry.
that. I'm just.
No, I
correcting
know.
you. C. Mae Jemison.
Dazzling display of logic.
Well done.
Mm-hmm.
This is
I'm
who is the first
sad.
who is the first Vulcan science officer aboard the Starship Enterprise? Is it A.
Come
Spock,
on. Oh, come
B.
on.
Tuvok, C. Sarek, or D. T'Pol?
Wait. It's T'Pol from Enterprise, right? That's her
Dazzling
name. That was the
display
lady.
of logic.
That was a
Goes
trick.
on.
I would have said Spock.
Sorry.
I would have said Spock.
I was about to, but then I thought about it because you said her name, and I was like, hold up.
Yep.
My
It's been a
secrecy on that
long
question? Holy
road.
shit. Okay. we're good.
Yum Yum Pod goes,
Okay.
how could you forget? He had a whole story about naval knots and fishing about Ash Tyler being.
Did he?
I
I don't
like
remember
I said,
that.
I didn't like him, and also I did binge the first 2 seasons of that show before we started Strange New Pod because I needed to. I was
Yeah.
like, let's go. So it's a blur.
Last question.
Brittany, this is your last question. In Star Trek Discovery, what is the name of the last episode of season 1? Is it A, Magic to Make the Sanest Man Go Mad? B, Will You Take My Hand? C, Context is for Kings? Or D, The Wolf Inside?
Can you repeat it again?
Yes.
Sorry.
In Star Trek Discovery, what is the name of the last episode of season 1? Is it A, Magic to Make the Sanest Man Go Mad? B, Will You Take My Hand? C, Context is for Kings? Or D, The Wolf Inside?
Context is for Kings. I don't know episode names. I'm so sorry.
Most
I'm wrong. It's probably B.
illogical.
Stop. That was Giraffe.
Will you take my hand?
Should
Dazzling
have picked
display
it.
of
I even
logic.
thought of it. I was like, B sounds like it's right, but I didn't know. I don't
But
know
she
episode
goes-
names.
The temptation to scream the answer is real.
I hate that.
Eric, how did Brittany do?
23, including
I'm
her
right
plus
below
1.
Giraffe.
So she's at 23.
Yep.
Okay.
I
So
Giraffe is at 25.
Giraffe's at 25 with the steal. Brittany is in second place currently.
I'll take it.
And-
I still did better than I thought.
Hawk, my friend, you are up, sir. Are you ready for Star Trek trivia?
Warp me.
Warpy, let me take a drink.
Hmm.
Which Star Trek captain suffers from androgenic alopecia? Is it A, Catherine Janeway, B, Jonathan Archer, C, Jean-Luc Picard, or D, James T. Kirk?
That would be Picard.
Dazzling display of logic.
That was the funniest question for you to get. Like they've all been on
Right?
point.
Right. What were the last words of the last episode of Star Trek, the original series? Is it A, engage, B, Scotty, beam us up, C, anything is possible, or D, if only?
I'm going to go with D, if only.
Dazzling display of logic.
Oh,
That is the
that
right
was a
answer.
wild,
Yeah. I
wild
was
guess.
ready. I
It's-
was ready.
It's all about
Well
that
done.
lady that took his place. He's like, if only.
Well done.
If only
well
women were
done.
treated the same
her
as
life,
men.
her life could have been as rich as any woman. Is
Yep.
if only
only.
something like this. Yeah.
If
Only.
only.
And why
Exactly.
Relic goes, Turnabout
Oh.
Intruder is getting way more love than it deserves with these
Right?
questions.
I like Yum Yum Pod's addition to that. Yum Yum.
I love it.
Which of the Star Trek Lower Decks crew is secretly the captain's child? Is it A, Brad Boimler, B, Devon Attendee, C, Samantha Rutherford, or D, Beckett Mariner?
That would be D, Beckett Mariner.
Dazzling display of logic.
Bitch, you thought.
And
Was that-
also, just
was-
because she was mentioned,
Are you kidding me?
I love it.
Was that the
Eric,
third
What
one?
were you? Horses love me.
that was number 3.
Okay,
Correct. In Star Trek Nemesis, what did Shinzon use to assassinate the entire Romulan Senate? Was it A, Thaleron radiation, B, trilithium resin, C, cobalt deselenide, sure, D, acetone assimilators?
Oh, I believe the answer is C.
Spock sucks.
That's not socks. I said it fast.
I said it first.
Brittany said
No!
it first.
I think I broke the rule because you didn't press the button yet, but you were
I
taking
didn't
so
press the-
long.
I
You were
technically
taking
did-
so long.
I
I
wasn't.
was waiting for the button, though.
She was.
Okay, no, guys, this
Let
is what I'm
Giraffe
gonna
do
do.
it.
No, this is what I'm gonna do because this hasn't happened before. I'm gonna do a 3, 2, 1, and it is gonna be between Giraffe and Brittany. Eric, you can't do it because you didn't speak up at all. So 3, 2.
I was waiting.
Wait, we say what? The answer?
Okay, Eric. You know what? Eric was polite and did wait. He can get in here too. No, you don't say the answer. You do Spock socks. On 3,
Okay.
2, 1.
Socks, socks.
Socks, socks.
Brittany.
Brittany.
God damn.
Brittany.
My internet connection's that much better. A, radiation. I don't remember the first word, but it was something radiation.
I know
You
the
said
first
A.
word. I
You-
know the first word.
But she
I
said
know
A.
it.
She said A. She
We've
said
taken
A.
so long that I've already forgotten the
Dazzling
word.
display of logic.
That's what
Come
I was. I
on!
thought that was what the ship was using for the.
They were like,
Around
remember?
It was a mini
radiation.
Thaler on a radiation purse.
Yeah, it goes
Right.
in the middle, and they're like,
Yep. They
Damn
all.
you, Nemesis.
and I remember thinking, wow, this movie's wild.
That's the right answer, Hawk.
Up.
That is the right
I
answer.
know, Giraffe. I feel watch my Fitbit says I've gone very far.
All right, Hawk, you ready?
Ready?
What class ship is the USS Discovery? Is it A, the Armstrong, B, the Explorer, C, Crossfield, D, Magellan?
I think it's D. Magellan.
Most illogical.
Oh no!
What were the 4 choices again?
Wait a minute.
Armstrong, Explorer, Crossfield,
Spock socks.
Magellan.
Spock socks.
Eric's got it.
Okay.
Crossfield.
Dazzling display of logic.
I don't even remember
Nice.
that.
Nice deal.
Oh, Ian,
did
I'm
know
so
that.
Sorry.
You're making Hawk Magellan. Guys, I'm really gonna throw up. After we finish this, I need like a 5-minute break.
This is stressful.
Which of the following is a species of intelligent turtles? Is
Ooh.
it A, the Caterians, B, the Ardanins, C, Betazoids, or D, Rigelians?
Hold.
Can I hear them one more time?
Yes, you can. Which of the following is a species of intelligent turtles? A, Caterians, B, Ardanins, C, Betazoids, or D, Rigelians?
I think it's B.
Most
Spock socks!
illogical.
Socks! Come on!
Oh my God!
Who?
You gotta be fast. The D Rigelians. Rigelians?
Come
Rigelians?
on!
Dazzling display
have-
of logic.
I
They
have,
have
a bad
bridges.
connection. I have a bad
You do.
connection.
You
It's
don't.
not fair.
She's,
You're
yeah,
I'm hearing you both like
she's like a second
milliseconds.
late.
No.
These. Oh my God! These are really tough.
Okay,
questions.
next time I'm just gonna let Giraffe.
Hawk, you got all the hard ones,
Giraffe,
and
we're
then
so
they're gonna get
close.
harder
We're
for
tied
me.
now.
In Mirror Mirror, what has replaced the United Federation of Planets? A, the Klingon Cardassian Alliance, B, the Terran Empire, C, the Dominion, or D, the Romulan Empire?
If you get
That
this
would be
wrong,
B, the Terran Empire.
Dazzling display of logic.
Our
Right.
Mariner is left-handed. Ours is right-handed.
In Mirror Mirror, what weapon does Kirk keep concealed in his quarters? Is it A, a Tantalus field, B, an acetone assimilator, C, trilithium resin, or D, a Metrion cascade?
I believe the answer is A, the Tantalus field.
Dazzling display of logic.
damn.
Well done.
That's when I was like, maybe it's that one.
Oh,
I was like, Tantalus sounds fun.
In season 1 of Star Trek Discovery, what is the name of the captain of the Discovery? Is it A? This is a trick question, kind of. There have been so many. Is it A, Captain Phil,
Captain Phil.
B, Captain Tyler,
Ew.
C, Captain Michael, or D, Captain Lorca?
That would be D, Captain Lorca.
Dazzling display of logic.
Captain
And-
Phil.
Phil,
and-
that's
and
like
that
a
is
Wish
Captain
brand Philippa
Phil.
Georgiou.
And if somebody said Captain Michael, that would be the wrong answer because she does not get promoted to captain until the end of season 3.
Yeah.
So,
Season 1.
So-
What?
It's Captain Phil.
They were
he's
trying to make you
obviously
think
Dr.
Phil
Phil's
Philippa.
much older brother.
Yeah.
They're trying to trip
We
you up.
need to go to warp immediately.
It would have been funnier if they were like Captain Philip, and then you'd be like, "It's so close."
What is the name of Picard's pit bull? Is it A, number 1, B, Locutus of Borg,
That's
C,
great.
Earl Grey, or D, Farpoint?
That would be A, number 1.
Dazzling display of logic.
Can I just say I'm really proud of all of us because we're legit doing really well.
Oh my God,
As a
Brittany, like
team.
You guys are
cleaned
doing
up.
great.
I'm
Who
sweating.
was the first actor to play a member of all 3 of the major alien races in Star Trek? Is it A, Jeffrey Hunter, B, Leonard Nimoy, C, Mark Leonard, or D, Christopher Lloyd?
I think it's C, Mark Leonard.
Dazzling display of logic.
That name
Nice.
sounds
I was
familiar.
ready. I was
Who's Mark
ready.
He
I
Leonard?
played
was
a
ready.
Romulan. He played a Vulcan. What else did he?
Oh
do?
wait,
What do you
that's
mean?
that's
Who is
Erik.
Mark
That's
Leonard?
Erik.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Erik. Never mind. I was like, why is that name?
Oh.
because it's Erik. Sorry, the name for some reason I was like, that sounds so familiar.
Don't worry. It didn't click for me.
That was gonna be my
What was
guess anyway. I was like, it sounds.
What was the
right.
third race he played?
Wait,
Apparently, he
Romulan?
played a Klingon in the
Vulcan?
motion picture at the very beginning, is according to Lexi.
Oh.
So,
I was expecting Jeffrey Combs as well, Haven.
I was,
But that
I
would
was
make-
totally waiting for
Yeah.
Jeffrey Combs' name to
Yeah.
come up.
yeah.
But he
Um,
didn't play the major races of the
yeah.
Federation.
Here we
He's
go.
a minor race stud guy.
Didn't
Which
he?
alien? Which alien race did President Ronald Reagan say reminded him of Congress? A, the Borg, B, Klingons, C, Vulcans, or D, the Ferengi? Time.
Sparks.
I
Sucks.
believe it was the Klingons.
Dazzling display of logic.
It'd make more sense if it was Ferengi, but
The
you know.
one thing,
It would.
yeah, but
Yeah,
that's the thing.
right?
That asshole is like, of all people, the center reminds me of Klingons, and you're just like, I hate you.
No, he
Like-
would never appraise Congress by calling them Vulcans.
But I'm like, you're the Klingon of everybody.
All right, Hawk. Final question. Which of the following characters was trapped in a transporter buffer for 75 years? A, James T. Kirk, B, Montgomery Scott, C, Hikaru Sulu, or D, Leonard Nimoy? Oh, sorry.
Leonard
Sorry, let me
Nimoy.
repeat that. Leonard McCoy.
It's okay.
Leonard McCoy.
That would be B, Scotty.
Yeah. it sounds like a
Dazzling
Scotty
display of
problem.
logic.
All right,
Okay.
and the end of Hawk's round. How did he do, Eric?
Really fucking good.
20.
20. So Giraffe is Giraffe still in the lead, or did
No,
Brittany get a
We're tied.
They're tied 25.
Holy shit, Giraffe.
Oh,
I want to lodge a formal
It's only
complaint
because our internet's
because
different.
like I swear I
Don't worry,
swear
now's the
it's
time.
freaking-
Now's the time to win.
Now's the time to steal everything.
all
What?
right, Eric.
Just most of it.
I'm just
You are our
Dude.
last
Eric, you can clean this
contestant.
up.
Are you ready for Star Trek trivia?
No-y.
Funny. I got it.
I hope no one wins.
Ready?
Sure.
Which Star Trek actor originally devised the Klingon language? Is it A, James Doohan, B, Mark Leonard, C, Leonard Nimoy, or D, Michael Ansara?
James Doohan.
Dazzling display of logic.
All right,
He seems
strong
like he
start.
would make
Strong
that up.
start.
Hey, it's Canadian.
What are you doing?
Which character does not appear in the first season of Star Trek Picard? Is it A, Geordie LaForge, B, Seven of Nine, C, William Riker, or D, Deanna Troi?
Jordy.
Dazzling display of logic.
To this day, they're still
We're
waiting for
looking
Geordie.
at you, season 2.
Hopefully. He needs a ship, a better one.
I'm just waiting for Guinan. That's all I've wanted.
Oh, this is too hot.
In
Please,
lower
just give me
decks, which ship saved the USS Cerritos in the final episode? Is it A, the USS Enterprise,
I
B,
wish.
the USS Titan, C, the USS Raven, or D, the USS Defiant?
It's the USS Titan.
It's the Titan.
Dazzling display of logic.
5, 6,
Eric's
7.
gonna come in and just wipe us all. He's gonna win.
It's gonna be all the easy questions. Hopefully, it's all
Gonna be
lower
all
decks.
twos, and you already got
It's
2
all
plus
lower
1s, and there's not. We can't even steal.
Who does Picard dream about in the opening sequence of the first episode of Picard? Is it A, Beverly Crusher, B, Deanna Troi, C, William Riker, or D, Data?
Data.
Dazzling display of logic.
I like how now the Picard questions are coming in, but they're surprisingly not terrible. Like,
Yeah.
where the fuck is Ash Tyler from?
I knew that one though.
Character.
This is I think
I
this
knew
is
that one too.
This is one of the harder
Sorry.
questions coming up. In Star Trek Discovery, who said the quote, "There is no telling what any one of us may do where the heart is concerned"? Is it A, Sarek, B, Saru? Actually, let me repeat it so Hawk can hear because he was gone for a second.
No, I could hear. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll reread it anyway. In Star Trek Discovery, who said the quote, "There is no telling what any of us may do where the heart is concerned"? A, Sarek, B, Saru, C, Spock, or D, Gabriel Lorca?
Sarek?
Say, what was your answer?
Sarek.
Most illogical.
Son of a
Spock
bitch.
sucks. Spock sucks. Spock sucks.
Hawk.
I'm gonna go with Saru.
Most illogical.
Oh.
Would either of you
Fuck
like to-
sucks. I have no
Okay.
idea.
Fuck sucks. After her.
Dazzling display of logic.
Okay.
Giraffe got the point.
I couldn't
My
remember the names
baby.
by then. I was like, who the fuck? All I remember was Lorca, and I was like, that's not right. He doesn't care about heart.
Yeah. I was like,
I was like, I don't remember the names. That was good.
I
No,
was
good job.
convinced it was Sarek.
yeah, I thought it was Sarek too.
Convinced it was. Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
It's
It was
not
one of those
something
two.
Giorgio would have said. So I was
Right?
just like, where the
Yeah.
fuck is her name?
Which character serves as the head of security for the space station Deep Space Nine? Is it A, Kieran Reese, B, Odo, C, Worf, or D, Benjamin Sisko?
Odo?
Dazzling display of logic.
I really
What?
need to steal to win this.
What was Majel Barrett's first role on Star Trek? Was it A, number 1, B, Loxwana Troy, C, Nurse Chapel, or D, Emrys?
Get away from that mic. It's number 1.
Yep.
Dazzling
No, I'm just
display
chilling.
of logic.
I knew you weren't gonna forget.
No, I was talking to Giraffe.
Okay.
I saw him move forward.
Oh. What future Starfleet captain survived the Battle of Wolf 359? Is it A, Benjamin Sisko, B, Catherine Janeway, C, Jonathan Archer, D, James T. Kirk?
Cisco.
Dazzling display of logic.
That's like
No one else was
in its
there.
entire backstory. Like,
Yeah.
I'd
What
be
is
surprised
the
someone did know it.
What is the title of the first episode of Star Trek Lower Decks? Is it A, Envoys, B, Moist Vessel, C, Second
Oh, shit.
Contact, or D, Much Ado About Boimler?
Second Contact.
Dazzling display of logic.
I was
thought
like,
for a second you were gonna say envoys.
I was gonna say Envoys. I was like, no. Don't. I was like,
Not ready.
I was like,
Us-
please.
Alex goes E, Porthos.
That's the
Aw.
dog, right?
that is the dog.
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, you never know. It might be a question on here.
Yep.
Now I know.
What book did Picard give Elnor as a child? A, Huckleberry Finn, B, Robinson Crusoe, C, The Three Musketeers, or D, Treasure Island?
Three Musketeers.
Dazzling display of logic.
That's the only thing it could
Alice
be.
in Wonderland, and I think that's.
I love
that's
Alice in
good.
Wonderland. That would have been a good one.
That would have been fun.
One of my favorite books. Oh my god.
What
Oh.
is Sulu's primary position aboard the USS Enterprise? Is it A, Science Officer, B, Navigator, C, Chief Engineer, or D, Helmsman?
Helmsman.
Dazzling display of logic.
Two
Yeah,
more
Doesn't
questions,
even
Eric.
hesitate. He's like,
Damn it. I know.
Which
All
these are-
species? Which species was the first to discover warp drive? Is it A, the Borg, B, the Vulcans, C, the Klingons, or D, humans?
Vulcans.
Dazzling display of logic.
That's how first contact.
I was like,
came.
Borg?
All right, Eric.
No, if the Borg knew warp, they would have gotten everywhere and killed everybody.
Final question.
That's fair.
What original Star Trek actor appeared in the pilot episode of Star Trek The Next Generation? Is it A, Nichelle Nichols, B, Leonard Nimoy, C, DeForest Kelley, or D, William Shatner?
DeForest Kelley.
God damn it, Eric.
Dazzling display of logic.
Wow.
I
All
think
right,
Eric just won it.
Eric, what are the totals?
Eric?
Yeah, he's,
Oh no, me and Girafe are tied at 26.
I want to
steal so
I want
bad.
I want to lodge a formal complaint that was sent to me by Rob. Apparently, yes, Lando got the script for Spock, but so did DeForest Kelley.
sorry, Rob.
It's all the cards, though.
It's on the cards.
Should we do
Um,
a tiebreaker?
So wait, who's second place? Is there
Me.
is there a
Brittany.
clear second
Brittany
place?
is
Brittany
second.
place. So congratulations to Noe. You
I really
get
thought I
the
was gonna win.
1701 figure set and an ASNP prize pack. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. Hawk, I feel like you can come up with a question for them to answer quicker, and it's got to be
God.
really hard,
Ooh,
and it's a tiebreaker.
Well, Girafe won.
shit.
Wait, but if one of them wins, doesn't the other person become second place and I shouldn't be? I should be pushed to third? Or are
Yeah.
you doing something different?
No,
Yeah, that makes
Are
I
you
don't know,
being
sense.
what-
super nice and you're like, 2 number 1 prize?
I can't do 2 number 1 prizes because I only have 1 Pike action figure. Yeah, I guess that's how it would. Yeah, I guess that's how it would be technically. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I just don't want to promise things and then.
No, that's
You
right.
realize
So
numbers
Noe,
don't.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to congratulate too quickly, and I did. I'm sorry. So I think you got third place, but still, that's great. Hawk, you got something?
Not yet. Hold on. Let me think. Oh my god. Pressure.
To be fair, I thought I'd have like zeros across the board. So
I
no
have
problem.
one.
Same.
If-
I'm
I-
dying
You
in here,
have one
guys.
ready.
Come on.
I do
It'll
have
take
one.
me a couple minutes.
Okay.
Just give me 1 second. I'm just making sure I have the answer right.
Girafe's way more competitive
Okay.
than me.
Ready? Ready, guys? The first to say Spock socks. What was the name of the Discovery's sister ship?
Spock sucks.
Okay.
The Glen.
Dazzling display of logic.
Yes!
I did not know that at all.
Coming in clutch.
Nothing. I had nothing.
I didn't even realize that. Was
Giraffe is
no
the
idea.
ultimate Star Trek champion.
When was the sister ship
It's
shown?
like the
It's the
third,
one where
third or
they
fourth
all like
episode of the show.
turn, you know, and they're like all dead, and they found
And
the
then they
target
blow it
right.
up.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
See,
Yep.
see,
Bam.
it was meant to be Giraffe. Out of all
It
adversity,
was. Wow.
out of every time the internet made me just a little bit faster, you still
Guys, that was hella fun.
won. That
Congratulations,
was really
Giraffe.
fun.
Congratulations, Fernanda. You get the Captain Pike action figure, Star Trek Discovery Season 3 and Lower Deck Season 2 on Blu-ray. Congrats, that's awesome. And to Erik, who represented Tina, congratulations, Tina. You get the 1701 figure set and ASNP prize pack. And guess what? Because everyone did so good, our third and fourth place winners will also get an ASNP prize pack because I'm nice like that.
Yay!
You guys rock. I
Nice.
might also throw something else in there.
I
Also,
wanna
Haven
say-
has given the third place.
Oh, that's
Noe
right. So a
sub.
subscription to Twitch. So Noe gets a month, right?
Yep.
A month of Twitch
A month of
subscription
Twitch. Subscribe to
to.
us.
Yep.
That means
Hawk,
you can use those emotes.
To be fair, dude, you got some really hard
You
questions.
get the hardest ones.
You did.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
The,
Hawk,
Yeah.
the whole sentient turtle people.
right?
I
You
had-
got
I
a
had
question
this
I
one.
loved, and then I got a fucking episode name, which we know I'm the worst at, unless it's something gay. Like, unless it's a DS9 episode where like Trill is involved, or Discovery where Trill is involved, and it's all gay. I don't remember the names. I don't.
Unless it's gay.
I want to
Guys,
say
you all-
that
Yeah, go ahead.
for my first official,
Right?
you know, being here as an official member of the team, I'm very proud.
I'm proud of
Girafe,
you
I thought you were
too.
gonna wipe
You've
the
certainly
floor with me
proved
very
that
early on.
you deserve to be here. Like taking that. Oh
Yep.
my god.
All right, guys, we still have a whole review to do. This is going to be like one of our old episodes where we go on and on for an hour and a half. So let's get right to it, guys.
You
Very
know, none of
quickly.
us used the lifeline. None of us.
No one used the
Fuck, I
lifeline.
should have. I forgot that was an option.
That's okay.
But
It
then
was
again,
better-
I would have messaged Mike McMahon and he wouldn't have responded right away.
It was better. It was better without it. You guys all kicked ass. So congrats.
Jesus Christ.
Guys, we're going to get right into it. It is time for the strange new loop. And the question tonight is, which bridge crew member from any series of Star Trek would be your bridge buddy and why?
Trip. No.
Jesus. I can't believe I guessed that right.
A James Kirk Sunday with Trip Tucker sprinkles.
I just thought Trip was kind of douchey, so I was like, man, I hope it's him.
Wait, any series? Anybody?
Any series, anybody.
Any series.
Oh, I know who I'd
say
pick.
Uhura.
I yeah. Are you picking
Go ahead,
Uhura?
Eric. Go ahead.
Oh, Rutherford. Me and Rutherford like this. Bam. Heart.
But
Fun facts
not
everywhere.
true.
He's not a bridge buddy.
Is he? He
Yeah,
would.
he's lower decks.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
You would have to be the bridge crew.
Then it would. Oh, that would be cool. Yes, then I would be. No.
You could both go okie dokie and sit next to each other at a concert.
Fun fact. Damn.
Oh, wrong button. Wait, I have it. Sorry.
Fun fact time.
I love it.
Sulu. Then
Oh, I like it.
we would go fencing all the time.
I
Nice.
love it.
I like it. Giraffe, you were next.
So yeah, duh, Uhura, because I feel like we both like languages, but it's a close call with T'Pol actually.
Nice.
Hmm.
I like it.
Hmm.
I like it. Who else?
Me. Data.
Go ahead, Hawk. Data.
I would pick Commander
Hmm.
Data. We paint pictures.
Of cats.
Yeah, we'd paint pictures of Spot. We'd go and do a Sherlock Holmes mystery in that. Although
Oh, that
probably
would be
pretty
wonderful.
short. It'd be pretty short though.
He would play along with you.
They had.
I like it.
The computer had to create a sentient AI just to defeat him.
Yep.
That's fair.
Before everyone else goes, we have some on Twitch. Noe asks, and I think I'm going to allow it. Can I claim Porthos? To which I say,
Aw.
absolutely. He was on the bridge in the captain's cabin. Yeah, done. I like it. Haven says, I would pick Tasha. It wouldn't last long, but I mean,
Oh.
good choice. I like it. I know. And Noe says, I'd pick Tom Paris. Yeah, I mean, who doesn't want a good holodeck buddy, right?
hmm
Who else?
I've made my decision.
Go ahead.
I was struggling between three people, and I think in the end I would pick Saru.
Mm.
And hear me out. My other two choices were Jadzia Dax, but I'm too gay for that, and it would never work. And then Benjamin Sisko, but war crimes. So I was like, you know what, Saru, because the worst I have to deal with is like he narrowly avoided a genocide, and we could bond.
I like it.
I was debating
I like it.
picking Harry Kim because he would do anything for
Right?
people. Like
He would.
he's just the
more
best.
fun.
Sulu is
I
more
love
fun.
Benjamin Sisko, but
Yeah.
like, oh god, so much stress.
So much.
It's
That's
like,
a lot.
You want
poor man.
somebody. You want somebody you can nerd about like stuff that are important. Important.
Yeah.
Let's learn like Klingon and stuff. Yeah, you see.
I feel like Saru would pick you up and carry you like a baby.
Yeah. I would love to hear him just clip clopping along, and I'd be like, "There's my buddy with the swaying arms." I would walk next to him, we just talk, and I do this, even though I don't need it for balance.
Just for
Anyway, Doug Jones, if you're there, I chose you.
So, like I struggle with this because like I want to say Captain Pike because I love the man. and I
Horses?
feel like I could just like pick his brain in horses, but I really don't have much in common with him. And then I would also say Jean-Luc because I love Shakespeare and I would just like I would love to be around that. But I think I'd have to go with who has
Alana Torres.
no
Riker?
Just kidding.
No, I was gonna say Riker too because I love him as well.
It's hard
But-
because you want to pick your faves, be like, who would
Yeah.
I really want to be buddies with?
There's like, oh my god, I had it and I lost it. Who was it? I totally had it. I have to go back to all the series.
As
Hold
long
on.
as they were bridge crew.
With Riker, it'd be too much smooth jazz.
Hold on. right?
He would steal your girl. What would you
Yep.
do? I mean, come on.
But I'd be
Oh my
fine
god,
with
you're gonna
that.
have to come back to me because I was at the tip of my tongue and then I had it.
Was it
and I-
Disco?
I-
The last one.
Was
no,
it
and
Enterprise?
I lost. I know I'm the last one, but hold on.
Was it the animated series?
We don't have a lot of
Oh.
time because like we're running late. No, who's so we have Cisco. We have we have
Dax,
Oh,
Kira.
no,
Kira
okay.
Nerys.
no. I'll think of it and I'll come back to it because I had it at the tip of my
Alright.
tongue and I forgot. So
Neelix?
I think it. No, I think
Dude,
I think I think
Yes.
I was.
it's always
I
the
think
chef. Why would we
Shh,
need a chef?
hold
We
on,
have
hold
on.
replicators.
He got it. He
no,
got
I
it.
think no, I really think that I had settled on Jean-Luc because of Shakespeare and like just all the like the history and like stories he could tell, and he's just like a very like educated man.
Archaeologist.
Yeah,
You could
I
sip
would just
tea
love
together.
to like talk with him and drink some Earl Grey. And I think I lost it for a second because I had like all these people that I like respect and love on Star Trek, and I wouldn't go with any of my favorites because I think like I would go do Romeo and Juliet with Jean-Luc and the holodeck, and that would be amazing. I love Romeo and Juliet. So yeah, that is my
Lexi
choice.
says,
Which would you be? Would you
Lexi-
be Romeo or Juliet with him?
Who's on the bridge at the end of season?
You
Dax or
didn't get the
Kira?
joke.
You got to be Juliet for that, right?
Yeah, right.
Me? Yeah. Of
Yeah.
course.
Let Jean-Luc serenade you.
I would
Lexi
love that.
says Jet Reno, and I think that's an
Yes.
excellent.
Oh yeah,
That's a great
Jet would be
answer.
great.
Jet's
Get
awesome.
drunk and high all the time.
Right?
Dig it. All right,
Erik
folks.
says I'm going to change my answer to Esri Dax.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Let's get into our review of wej Duj, episode 9 of season 2 of
Sounds like sound effects when you
Star
punch someone.
Trek
Wej Duj.
Lower Decks. And Eric, you're up first tonight. What
Bam!
did you think of
Bam,
this
bam, bam, bam,
episode?
bam. I love this
Fun
episode. I
fact
think
time.
fun fact time. I think this is my favorite episode of season 2. I love that we got to see the lower decks of other ships. I love the story structure of interweaving these 3 ships together. I thought that was really good. I think you can really place this episode up against the TNG lower decks episode, and I think they're both equally as good.
Yeah.
About like the lower crew of ships you don't know. I love that there was a mariner on the Vulcan ship, and that was
Vulcan Mariner.
just ridiculous. We got to see the return of the
Amazing.
what's them called?
Packleds.
The Packleds.
Red
Oh.
alarm.
Red alarm. That made me cry
That was
laughing.
hilarious, right?
I'm hungry. Then you should eat.
You're smart.
You love them.
It was just an overall good episode. I like seeing the rest of the universe, and that's what we really needed to see in Lower Decks, because we haven't really seen. We've been pretty much stuck on this crew, which I'm not saying is a bad thing, but I like the expansion of the universe, and I love seeing all these people, and I assume that Vulcan is going to show up on the Cerritos. So
We can only hope.
Yeah,
and
I
dream.
really hope so.
It's
she's
gonna
gonna
happen,
she's gonna be our 5th. That's gonna be our 5th.
I can't wait.
Hawk, you're up.
Again, it's another great episode, and that detracted only by Boimler's story because I thought it was a little step backwards for him.
It was a little bit, wasn't it? It was weird.
Yeah, it just seemed a little bit unnecessary for him to go through all that motion. But the fact that they're at this point in the series, they're willing to kind of break format, and it's like, okay, let's see what lower decks look like on different
Mhm.
ships and that. And then, as Eric said, they interwove it all beautifully together at the end. And that, and yes, the return of the Packlets is, especially when he introduced the Klingon captain and that you are aboard the Packlet ship, Packlet.
Yes, I know. We've met multiple occasions.
So just another great episode all around.
Giraffe, you're up.
I loved it. I watched at 6:30 a.m. or something when I
There's a
woke up.
6:30 in the AM.
Yes.
Does that exist?
Yeah, yeah. It's called Before I Go to Work, and
It's
sucks,
before the
but-
Borg's alarm goes off. What?
Yeah, exactly. And I laughed like my ass off for like 25 minutes. Everything when they started and they went to the Klingon ship, I was like, "Oh my god, this is so good!" And then I was like, "Please do the Vulcans, please do the Vulcans!" And then I went to the Vulcans. I was, yeah, it was incredible. the jokes are like
They were
my
so good.
level of humor. Like this is like the sweet spot. Like
Mhm.
I need to know Star Trek, but it's dumb enough that it makes me laugh at 6:30 a.m. So that's great. The Borg joke at the end
That was so good.
killed me. Like
I
so
sat
good.
watching that whole thing.
I was
I
like,
love
dying.
"Are they gonna
rolling.
do anything?"
Yeah.
The
I
Borg
love
ship
when
was
there's
like,
jokes
please,
during the
please,
credits.
just be like in a knock, and they were. So I was like,
Yeah.
incredible. And I think that I love when Lower Decks does Lower Deck. You know, it's not egg hunting, Easter
Right.
egg hunting. It just all this thing you wonder. Like I perpetually wonder, like what's going on in in the other ships. Like what are how they doing the thing? The fact that they have a giant meditation room instead of a holodeck. I was like, I knew it. I knew it.
Yep.
Mike, I want to tell you,
Mike knows.
Wait, was the
I
giant
know, I like-
meditation room the holodeck or the brig?
I thought it was the brig.
I thought it was the brig.
no, because like they all joined.
Because
at
yeah,
the
they all
end.
joined. They were like,
She has to
we
do.
gotta
She has
meditate.
to do. Yeah,
That's
she has
true.
to do.
Fair.
Punitive spiritualism.
Exactly.
Lost it.
Punitive
I lost it. It's excellent. I want more. I want Lower Deck to do Lower Deck. I love going Easter egg hunting, but these little windows into the thing that we always wondered, because let's be honest, like you were fans. Like I was like, I'd be a lower decker in a ship. What would I do?
Right.
Where would I go? And what would I eat? Like all these answers are giving me so much joy. I want more. Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Love
you.
it. Brittany.
I want to start out with anytime they don't have a cold open, you know it's going to be an absolutely banger episode.
Yes.
Like as soon as there wasn't a cold open and I saw it was 26 minutes long, I was like, thank you, Mike fucking McMahon, because my mind is about to be blown because it's happened every time. This episode has so many amazing moments in it, and like Girafe said, like the humor in it, it's like at this really balanced level where it doesn't have to do so many crazy different things to make you laugh. It's like something as subtle as when Boimler goes to join them when they're rock climbing and he like falls and Tendy's like, oh, it's fine because we have safety protocols on, right? And then Tana's like, I don't know, probably, and just like climbs and you're like, oh my god, they weren't on. That's the funniest shit because she's a cat. She lands on her feet even if she falls. Like the levels of humor that were there, I was like, this is incredible. So like the narrative was really great, and like all the characters are at such a good spot right now in the season. Like they've all had their arcs reach a certain level between like the bridge crew and Lower Decks. Like you feel them when they're hanging out together. Like you really feel like they're equals now, and it's sold itself so well. And then on top of that, like I know everybody was pointing out the animation. I know Julian will go off on it, so I won't touch on it too much. But like, I love just seeing the warp animation, the little rainbows going by. I was like, just the beginning, I was like, I could have this as a screensaver that moves, or like some lo-fi music and just see that, and it's gorgeous.
I got you. I made a GIF.
Nice. But one of my favorite moments was actually when Boimler brings up to Shax that he's like, oh, did you learn, or did you like to do pottery on Bejor? Did you learn it there? And he's like, what? And then he's like, on Bejor, did you do a lot of pottery? And he's just like, I didn't have time to do pottery. I had to fight fascism. That's a full-time job. And he like smashes the pots and goes to like stab at him. And I was like, this is great because one, it shows that yes, all Bajorans have this PTSD about like having to be in the resistance. Like you grow up dealing with all this shit, and like they touch on a little bit with this character, but like that was the first time you really saw him like, oh shit, yeah, Shax was in the occupation too, like this is real to him. And then the fact that Rutherford's just like, hey buddy, and like calms him back down, and he's like, I'm gonna channel it all into this little
Put it in the clay, Papa Bear. Put it in
I'm
the
gonna
clay.
make a little ashtray for my incense, and it's gonna be a little puppy dog. And he's like,
Oh,
oh.
yeah, puppy.
That scene really sold to me their friendship and how far they've gotten, and like how Rutherford's so good about tiptoeing around like the really horrible things that Shax has dealt with.
Well, and can I touch on that real quick, Brittany? Because
Yeah.
what I love about their relationship specifically is that like this is such a thing that we see in Star Trek, especially if like you read some of like the more recent books. Like every ensign has someone in Starfleet that they like they bond to, right? And they kind of like become a strong mentor figure. Like Catherine Janeway had Owen
Chadich.
Paris. Cisco, Cisco had Curzon, right? Even though it's not Starfleet. On and on and on. And then Rutherford has Shax, and that's beautiful because that is such great continuity from season 1, and I think it's something that they're just gonna like keep expanding on. I loved it.
My last point I'll just say is that none of us thought we would ever need a Vulcan Mariner, but we got one, and it's like that meme that you see from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, where Rose is like holding the dog, and she's just like, if anybody like ruins it, like I will kill myself, and then everybody here, it's like that. It's like now that I have her, it's like if anything happens to this character, I will kill all of you, and then myself. Like I love her. I love the sass that's always inherently there with like Spock and every other character that's like Vulcan, but like kind of edgy about it. And man, the live long and prosper, like the big
Sir.
fucking yes.
Sir.
It was just like I was like, damn, I hope she meets Mariner. I hope she joins the crew, and they like I would love to see that dynamic.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, so Brittany's right. The animation. Let's talk about the animation for this episode. Holy shit, because from the beautiful Vulcan cruiser to the detail on the bird of prey to the amazingly choreographed animated battle at the end, which we have not had. Even the end of season 1, that battle wasn't as big as this battle, and this wasn't even the finale. It was beautiful and amazing, and just massive shout out to the animation team and Mike McMahon again for bringing us this show, because Star Trek is beautiful, right? Like every Star Trek series is beautiful. Like there's no denying that. But when it's animated, it's special, because Brittany knows this all too well. I'm a stickler for animation. So when I love animation and I go off on animation, I would consider that a very large compliment. Like this, I was blown away with this episode, and I've been debating all day long.
Blown away like the Klingons. What?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Just kidding. They left on purpose.
I've been debating all day long whether episode 5 is still my favorite or this is my favorite of all of Lower Decks, and I have to say I think it's this one. I'm going to point out like some little moments that like did something for me that maybe like slipped by people. One of my favorite moments in this episode is when the crew get back on the bridge of the Cerritos, right? Yeah, Carol in her Cerritos shirt. You have the ensign who's always at the con, in her, I think she was
everybody leaves the holodeck out.
I think she was ice skating. Everybody just dropped what they were doing to go to work and get to Red Alert. And I really love that this is another one of those episodes of the coming together of this crew. Getting the Vulcan crew, the Lower Decks, and the Klingon Lower Decks were just like, it was one of the coolest, most unexpected surprises watching this episode. And it wasn't done in a cheap way. They gave each of these characters their moments, and it was really cool. Like one of my I didn't laugh a lot this episode, and I'll say why. This is another episode of Star Trek. This isn't a comedy Star Trek. This is an episode of Star Trek, a very beautifully well done episode of Star Trek. And one of my favorite moments was a comedic moment when the Klingon commanders like watching the map and be like, oh, we used to have glory and the Klingon Empire is faltering, honor. And meanwhile, like Lower Deck dude just comes in, he's like, the Tog passed the leg, it was an honorable movement.
Yes.
Yep.
Because you know what, these are probably conversations the Klingons would have on their ship, right? They like, even a Targ taking a dump is honorable, because
and even when the other lower deckers were picking on him,
like
what about there was a moment when the Klingons were dissing the Vulcans at the beginning. I can't remember the whole thing.
Oh yeah, it's like, illogical. What are you? A Vulcan?
Avoid death and something else.
Yeah. And then Vulcan Mariner, like, goddamn, the whole Vulcan thing was the best part of the episode. Like they were great. Yeah, go ahead.
I think like to jump on the animation thing, what is really cool too is that they're pushing a little bit what we see usually in Star Trek. We don't see Vulcan ship, I mean, except in Enterprise, where we see the Vulcan cruiser a lot and they're incredible. The inside of a Vulcan ship is not so much shown in Star Trek, except in a Discovery, when we see the inside of the Sarek's ship when he gets blown into.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Yeah. And like actually what I have here.
That's
like
awesome,
the
yeah.
displays with like the Vulcan script and the little
Yeah.
all the little details, even like on the floor. It's all very dark. They go around with open flame, like reference to Tuvok, who always had
Yeah.
an open flame. I think it's great because they're expanding the universe so much. I was so glad to be inside a Vulcan ship. I was like, show
It
me
was
more,
so
show me
cool.
Yeah,
more.
it's so
I
much
want to
lore
see
and canon
everything.
being created.
Yeah, exactly.
When the shields, when the shields went to 120%, and you got that newer like
Yeah.
sheen on, I was like, oh my god, that looks so good.
So cool.
And I will say, and it's an Easter egg we'll mention, that my absolute favorite moment of this episode was a non-comedic moment. Even though it was a reference, I still think it's like one of the coolest moments in Star Trek ever is when the Cerritos is like, they're in the shit, and the Vulcan cruiser comes out of warp and just starts taking the shots in defense. I was like,
It was awesome.
oh, I'm getting goosebumps. Loved it. This is my favorite
You're
episode.
like, we
of
must
Lower Decks.
honor the treaty.
I haven't watched the finale yet. This is my favorite episode of Star Trek. So let's get into some more detail, guys. We've been talking about this, right, with the show and its ability to stand on its own. We've had a few episodes this season that's like really put it apart, where it doesn't need to rely on these Easter eggs that we do like going hunting for. This episode absolutely proved that it can do that once again. Obviously we've talked some of those details already, but what made this episode so good and be able to stand on its own?
What made it?
Oh, sorry. Go for it.
ahead. You go ahead.
I was just gonna say that the other Lower Decks, not our main crew, they weren't just secondary characters that we didn't care about. Like, they got introduced really fast and we liked them right away, and that's what sort of held the show together, is that we cared about them maybe as much as we do about the Cerritos Lower Decks crew, and not many shows can do that, and they did it masterfully on this one.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say, when you have a 26-minute runtime, and like that's even long for animation at some point. Sometimes you're like, gotta cut it off at 22 or 23. But like when you have that short of a runtime and you do something as bold as to try and interweave 3 separate stories while introducing new characters, while trying to include like the main bad guys of the season, and basically set up all these little ties that are going to bring you to like what's probably going to be an incredible finale. Because if this already felt good enough to be a finale, like it's leading to something big.
Yeah,
that is like the writers, and I know we say all the time, the writers on the show, everybody who works on the show loves Star Trek. They love Star Trek so much that they make you love Star Trek even more somehow.
all over again, right?
Yeah,
It's like you don't
these
think you could fall
characters-
more in love with Star Trek, and then you watch it every week of Lower Decks. You're like, fucking love Star Trek.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like every time I watch an episode of Lower Decks, at one point during the show, I say, I love this show. And then it's always at the end of the show, I say, man, I love this show. And that's what they do.
I'm gonna bring the IQ down.
Go ahead.
Ready? But
Funny jokes, good.
Vulcans!
That's all you need.
Just give me Vulcans in doing anything. I'm gonna be, oh, that's so cool. Please give me more. It's
awesome.
Yeah. She needs to come back. Like we
I
need this, right?
really hope that she does, and
I
I know
hope
that
so.
Lexi was like super excited for her. Everybody aboard the Talin hype train. Live long and prosper, sir. Oh, love her.
I love it. The anomaly is a bit odd. Well, anomalies by
Anomalies
nature
by nature
are odd.
are
And I was like, bitch, you know what she means.
She's completely
Leave
out
my
of
sassy Vulcan alone.
She's completely out of control.
Yeah, you are not acting like yourself.
Hawk, you have
a
anything?
gut feeling.
We've covered so much. Yeah, it plays on its strengths while also taking a detour this episode and still making us love it. And that if Talon is like the mariner of that Vulcan ship, and that does that make the young Klingon officer the Boimler?
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see, yeah. Does he do the right thing?
He does the right thing. He's aiming for promotion. He wants to please and that. And
Yep.
yeah, but at the same
Ultimately
time,
decides,
he
gotta
still
do what
knew
I
the
gotta
right
do.
thing to do.
The other thing that I really loved about this episode, and this is kind of going back to not this question, but I wanted to mention it before I forget. The ending of this episode is beautiful and made me tear up. When Boimler is trying so hard to fit in and doesn't, but like I don't think that Boimler realizes yet, but Ransom is his mentor,
Mhm.
Oh,
like
he is.
100%. And when he sends that like cadet over to Boimler to like get advice, I was like, Jack,
So
you
cute.
sweet,
Yeah.
Yeah.
sweaty man, you.
It's weird because Boimler doesn't think he's recognized, and yet he is.
All the
A
time.
lot of people do too.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people point out he's just so hard on himself. I do want to say one of my favorite moments is the fact that all those people were not from Hawaii, because immediately when they're like, "Oh, we're all Hawaiians, let's go into this like holodeck program," and they were all wearing fucking Hawaiian shirts and leis, I was like, "You fucking tourists!
I don't
want to
die in a Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah. And so in the end, when they end up not being, I was like, "Thank you," because no native Hawaiian people do that.
Oh, and that line after that, it's like, if you actually lived on a moon, you'd know. How
You
it's
know that.
Exactly.
He's
I like
you
the
all said
fact-
you were from Hawaii.
I like the fact that Boimler goes, it was way more culturally insensitive to say you were from Hawaii. And I was like,
Yeah,
this
it's
is the
true.
whole thing. I was like, where is it
Nice.
going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, "Where's the twist here?"
I'm gonna skip the next question because we've already talked about getting to meet the Vulcan Klingons and it was awesome and we want more of it and we've all said it. So I'll go to the next one. Hawk, this question's for you, man. Obviously, you've called it once again, which was my reference at the top of the episode. Someone was behind the Pakleds' somehow amazing advance in technology, and it was the Klingons. I guess, and you can go first. Like, what did you and what did the rest of you guys think about them being the kind of like, man behind the curtain for the Pakleds?
Oh, it was so good. I did love the reveal. I hope there's a little bit more to this story in that because they're going to the High Council about it. But the
think there
fact
will
that the fact that there were so many General Chang references.
Cry havoc.
So
It's
many.
like, let's set the dogs of war. Oh, it was a great reveal. I love the resolution to it, and that.
Yeah.
What else? I'd love to hear what everybody else thought.
Yeah, Jeff.
Very TOS. Very TOS. Super TOS. Like every time they go somewhere and they're like, why do they have this weapon? Oh, wait, the Klingons are here, like
Exactly.
giving away weapons. So I really like this reference to so it's funny because in Lower Deck it's a reference to TOS, and in TOS it's a criticism about the Vietnam War. So I'm like, whoa, Inception.
Yep.
But yeah, I really like this.
Brittany?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're all on the same page about the Pakleds not, there had to have been someone
Yeah,
behind
they're
them
not
because
capable of.
they're
Yeah.
not. They
No.
they can't even say red alert.
Red alarm. Red
Red
alarm.
Red alarm.
So
We need
But
that
the
as
way-
a soundbite.
Yes.
like Hawk said though, the way it was done was so well. Because like they easily could have been like, just reveal some like mastermind at the end, but the fact that you got to see the workings of this Klingon ship and then see the person who ultimately like started it being taken over, and removed from captaincy. But I do want to see where it leads because it's like, was it just him removed from captaincy? Yeah. I'm excited to see where it goes with the Klingon Council because it's like, is it really just this one dude or was there more underlying? And I really like the Klingon lower decker we got who's now captain. I liked him
Yeah.
as a character.
Yeah.
So I'm hyped.
It reminded me of the Duress sisters. Like it felt like that.
Yeah.
So-
Yes.
Major
so-
vibes for sure.
So it's just like, yeah, perfect. I love them. I love them on TNG. I like this.
Like, yeah, this
It's all
checks
good.
out.
Yeah, exactly.
Eric, Haven had a great idea if we can make it work. Make the subscriber sound alert in Stream Elements be red alarm.
Yeah, that would be funny.
Sounds good.
I would like that. That'd be awesome.
Oh my god, my cat's tearing up my room right now.
I loved it. I don't really have much to say about it. I thought it was a great reveal. I honestly, I was kind of let down, not because I didn't like it, but because like Hawk, you've been saying it like the whole time, like it's not the Pakleds. Like someone's been behind this. So I was like, oh yeah, of course. it'd be
Someone's
the Klingon.
leading the
Yeah,
pack.
Yeah,
Eh,
because they're
The pack has been led.
no.
they have a bigger hat.
Get off my bridge.
Okay.
It's great because Klingons don't wear hats, but they have big
Ridges.
head ridges.
Finally, guys, this episode felt like a season finale a little bit, right? Like I know personally, I could have watched this and been very happy if this had been the end of the season. Not that I don't want more of the show, but it felt like that. This is an amazing episode of the show. Like, do you think that next week's finisher can kind of put a strong end to the sophomore season?
I feel it's going to be a two-parter. Like for me, I feel we need a resolution to what's going on with the High Council. Where is Tallinn going? Like, I really was feeling it was one of these finales like in two parts. So I'm most probably gonna be wrong, but whatever. I'm here for it. Bring it
never
every.
Yeah, I agree that it's definitely leading. I feel like this finale is going to be just like amazing because like the first season was awesome. We loved the finale of that season too, and it's just if this episode was like I said, it's like just building up.
Yeah.
Like there was no, I don't feel like there was like a climactic finish or anything. It's just kind of like, oh shit, where are we going with this? So I can't wait to be blown away.
Yeah.
And like every week, the animation gets better. Like the voice acting, all of it's amazing. Jack Quaid. Jack
Quaid.
right?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yep.
He's done a really good job this season. Like 1st
Mhm.
season, he was still good as Boimler, but like he's really showing his range this season. And even when he's like, and like bashes his head onto like the table, I was just like, I love this. They're really letting him go off.
Down Lewis, like with
She's fantastic.
report to my quarter for hanging out.
Yeah,
hanging time. I don't
exactly.
think it was like that.
Maybe I'll have Bilbs mess with the environmental controls to control your hot flashes.
And I'm really glad for her too, because like remember the first few episodes of season 1, we were even like, oh, like we're not sure how to feel about the captain. And I was like, well, just hang in there. Like she's a good actress, but nothing's happening with the character yet. And then as soon as you got that twist, then it's like now she's free to do stuff too. So that's great.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Hawk? Nope. Nope. Go for it,
I'll
Hawk.
go first.
No, you go, Hawk. You
Go,
go.
Hawk. You always wait last. Go
Right.
first.
Age before beauty.
Whoa. All right. What was the card had? Man alopecia? What? I laughed so hard when that was your first question. I was like, no fucking way.
Your epidermis is showing.
Why is your skin so... Ugh, you're a human?
Oh, you need to drink more water. Yeah, this has got to be a two-parter in that. Yeah, again, we need a resolution. They've introduced like a couple different story elements in that. Where does Taylin land? She's got to be the new Lower Decker, right?
She's
Mhm.
gonna be Taylin, the gang.
Yeah.
Please,
like
we
it.
need
Yeah.
a Vulcan
We
in
do.
the crew.
Yeah.
Come on.
Shout out to Gabrielle Ruiz who voices her. She was wonderful on
Yes.
She was great.
My Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. So she was great on this
nice.
too.
Nice.
I'm looking forward to the finale. We had Riker in the finale of last season, so I can only imagine. I hope they don't just start doing cameos on cameos, but if it made sense, give me Picard. All right.
You're wondering who they're gonna to bring in?
Yeah.
Oh no!
Vulcan jokes.
That was too painful.
I Vulcan't.
Oh.
I Vulcan't.
I hope it's not a two-parter. I hope that the season ends and then like the first season ended with a little bit of teasing of season 2 with the Packlids being powerful, right? But they didn't really make it like this is what we're gonna do next season.
Leaving. And
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
Like, how's this gonna work out?
I want Shax to die again and come back at the start of season 3.
That would be so if he dies at the end of every season.
That would be amazing.
Making a tradition.
I would love that. But yeah, no doubt it's gonna be amazing. I can't see it not. So
Yeah, agreed.
yay.
Let's do we are running out of time very quickly. Let's do a quick Easter egg hunt. What did people have?
God.
Brittany, hit
Favorite
it.
moment. I liked that Rutherford's had the DS9 they're putting together in his bed in the one scene.
Yep.
And someone else go.
There was one. I don't know if it's not exactly an Easter egg, but it was something Boimler mentioned about prison penal colony and that, and only 2 people having to start their own race together. What was
Oh,
he
yeah, that was
referring
funny.
to?
I think that was the lady that tried to bone
Mhm.
Kirk, right? When they were at the penal colony.
Sure. Oh, yeah. I
I'm
know
not
who
sure if it
you're
was
talking
about
Yeah,
starting
yeah.
over a new race. I wasn't exactly sure. Maybe that's a deep cut to TOS.
Not a
I
new
haven't seen.
race. No. I don't know. Who's next?
I can't even remember any of them,
I
to
got
be
it.
honest.
Go climb
Go
a
ahead.
rock. Star Trek
Yep.
5. Yellowstone.
Oh yeah.
Go climb a rock.
duh,
Yellowstone.
Rock, yeah.
Come
That was
on,
good.
the boots. I just want to know
The
where McCoy's
boots.
beans were. Go ahead, Brittany.
I'm ready for my next one. So, when Freeman and Mariner are playing their game, and it's like basically Clue, but it's on the ship,
Yeah.
and she's
Yeah.
like, "Why do you always pick the chef?" And she's like, "Because we have replicators. The chef is super suspicious." And the whole time we're just like, "Oh my god, Neelix, though."
No, Enterprise. too.
Enterprise, yeah.
Enterprise, Will
I mean,
Riker.
yeah, but it's just so
Enterprise.
funny because you're like, "That's true. Why do they need the chef?"
They didn't have replicators on the original Enterprise.
No, they
Yeah,
did.
okay.
They did.
Did they?
They do?
I thought it was only for. I thought it was for only emergency things.
No, like
No, like
Oh, was it
Paul is
Captain
always
Ship?
duplicating stuff.
Kirk
I
had
don't
one in
remember.
his quarters. Yeah.
Oh no, I meant like
I just think
old
it's
one.
hilarious. But I guess
That's
if
old
we
one.
they were
Enterprise.
always like we have
Oh,
such
an
low
Enterprise,
supplies,
right.
maybe it made sense, but
I got one more.
I like that reference.
Okay.
Okay, I'm
Boimler.
sorry, but
Wait, hold on. Hawks first.
Sorry, Boimler suggesting they have a stratagema tournament.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Mhm.
Nice. Giraffe.
no, it's okay. I don't have any Easter egg. I was gonna go off on the replicators in Enterprise, and there's this super creepy.
We don't have
scene,
time, Giraffe.
And no, I'm out. I'm out.
let's
I'm taking
let's
myself out.
replicate more time.
Veto.
The last one that I have is they had Christopher Lloyd's Klingon, the old communicator from Star Trek 3, the Search for Spock, is the communicator they used. The Ritos Disco shirt, which apparently we're
Yes.
getting.
I can't wait.
And then I'm gonna say the Boimler Scream has become an Easter egg because it's
Dude, the
different every
Boimler
episode.
Scream.
So.
It's amazing.
Anything else?
what's the Borg Cube 90210 or whatever? What was that?
Yeah.
What's that
I
a
wish.
thing based? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
The Borg cube. Oh my god.
Oh, so good. All right,
So
guys,
good.
let's move on very quickly to the subspace poll and some mailbag.
Hailing frequencies are open.
And we asked you this week, what did you think of the penultimate episode of season 2? And 76% said full power to phasers. 10% said out of control. That's the good, like, oh yeah, that's so out of control. That's awesome. That was a good thing. 15% said leftover gach, which gross. And 0% said targ poo. So
Ooh.
people liked it. Let's get into mailbag. Who wants to take the first one? I think Giraffe should take the first one because it's Fernanda's and Fernanda won.
Exactly. I can't believe I won yet.
You did it. Do it.
Okay, Fernanda wrote, I think this was a very nice episode of Lower Decks. It was neat to see the other ship's lower decks. The Borg one got me laughing. And to see a Klingon Boims and a Vulcan Mariner. Vulcan Mariner will be chaos, all capital, by the way, for the Federation ships. And I am here for it. This episode did not get me laughing as hard as previous, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. Shout out to the beautiful fight scenes with callbacks to the movies. I'm pretty sure I heard some Wrath of Khan notes in there.
Yeah, they did.
Precious?
Yeah, I think they got cut off. They did the like what they did in the movie episode from last season. They put like that theme in there. It was pretty cool. Who wants Havens?
Me.
Yeah. Okay, Brittany, hit it.
Okay. I absolutely love the episode. The title is roughly translated to 3 ships, but in reality, it should be 4 ships. But in pure Borg fashion, the lower decks on the cube just sleep right through the night. Unlike some of us who set an alarm at 3:05, a reminder to disable Wednesday alarm after lackluster finale of What If. Oh,
What?
Looks like
Damn.
lower decks.
What?
Dude,
Dang.
everybody's
Haven's
hating on the
firing.
What If finale.
It was so good.
That was
It
I was
was
gonna say-
excellent.
I only watched the first few episodes of What If, and I
I
work in a
wouldn't know.
comic
I
shop, and
didn't watch
care.
the show. I didn't like it.
It's all good. But after watching the episode this morning, I really hope Vulcan T'Lyn comes aboard the Cerritos or even the Titan. Haven, same. I commented in the live stream last week that the holodeck simulations were very What If, but I would like to say this week beamed it up another level. I think I woke my roommate up with the killing of the Klingon captain, and the first thing I thought of was the gif of "I'm the captain now" from the Tom Hanks movie Captain Phillips.
Or every time Giraffe says it.
Captain
Yeah,
Phillips?
I'm the
What?
captain now.
Wait, Captain Phil from trivia. It's all connected.
Captain Phil.
Going back to Star Trek Day, which can you believe it's already a month ago? McMahon said the final few episodes were going to be top level episodes, and this episode definitely meets the mark on that. I'm hoping, but I doubt it will happen. But do hope that they tie in next week's finale to Prodigy, since it will be a week's rest, and then we get Star Trek Prodigy.
Woo woo.
SGP.
Aren't they in different timelines? Or like, isn't
They are.
Probably.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
It might do
or at
some
least
random-
further.
Yeah.
Mm.
Who wants Lexi's quick one, but a good one?
I'll do it.
Okay.
Lexi wrote, "I want T'Lyn to be a new main character ASAP."
As do
I'm
we all,
telling
baby.
you,
Get
it
on
will
that
happen.
train.
Telling you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, don't you wish I didn't say it while you were talking?
No.
No, I like that one.
I love when I interject.
Who wants Joe's?
I'll go again.
I'll read
I love-
Joe's. No, I'll go. I haven't done one. I'll read Joe's. I love this week's episode. It may be my new favorite. I really liked Boimler trying to find a bridge buddy.
So cute.
Leaving Hawk, the only one who hasn't done one yet, so you will do Andy Kaufman's, good sir.
Andy Kaufman.
You waited for that one, didn't
Oh,
you?
there is actually
Yes,
one
I
more
did.
after
He's
Andy
strategic.
Kaufman. Sorry. Go ahead.
Andy Kaufman wrote, loved this episode. They dialed back some of the humor, but cranked up the stakes. And this felt more like a live action Star Trek show than anything they've done before.
Mhm.
There were still some great jokes, but they weren't in your face gags, but rather embedded in the natural quirks of the characters. The Klingons' favorite thing is dying with honor. T'Lyn and her outbursts, etc. I loved how the different story threads all wove together in a really cool way that the show hasn't done before. I am really hoping T'Lyn joins the Cerritos as a lower decker. I could totally see her as a love interest for Boimler.
Ooh.
I could see that actually.
You see,
Can
I
see that
want her to
too, I
date
can see-
Mariner.
Right.
Oh, that would be
We are not on the
chaos-
same page.
Pure chaos energy.
Exactly, but watch it almost happen.
I think that'd be like antimatter meeting matter.
Yeah, and I can't wait. Any
that
good
would
lesbian
dr-
relationship is like that.
that would drive Mariner nuts. On the Easter egg side, I think my favorite was Carol's shirt, a nice nod to disco, and Shax's was too busy resisting to do pottery.
Fucking
Overall, a 9 out of 10 for me. I am a sucker for serialized episodes, and Boimler is my absolute favorite character. I love his constant need to belong. In the end, our Cerritos lower deckers still have each other, and they are really a family. This season has had a wonderful balance of different types of episodes. So sad to be near the end.
Very nice. Very nice. Does anybody want to take Noe's?
Me.
Sure. Go for it.
Oh,
I represented Noe.
Yeah, you did.
yes.
Go.
Wow, 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 wow. I thought last week's episode was a 10. This has to be a 12. Loved the interconnected stories and stepping up the ante on the Pack-led story. Methinks we'll be seeing a lot more of T'Lyn in the future.
Indeed. And guys, we forgot to rate the episode before
Yeah, I
we
was
wrap
going to
up.
say we have to do that.
Very quickly, rating out of 10 Targ Chew Toys. Hit it, everybody.
10 out of 10. Spock socks.
10,
10 out of 10.
10, 10, 10, 10.
90182.
90210.
9
That would be a
10
10.
Targ poos.
9 out of 10 Targ Poos. Okay.
10 Borg
I-
still sleeping in their little Borg beds.
10 out of 10 Poop Legs, says Talix. 9.9 from Haven. I'm going to give this one, I'm going to give it an 11. Turn it up to 11.
Damn
This is
straight.
my favorite episodes of Lower Decks ever. So, done. Yeah. Lexi, 10 out of 10 Red Alarms. And Noe, 12 out of 10. Guys, that is going to do it for our show. We will be back next week with our finale review. It's going to be fun. I think we're going to have David Majors on to return because he was our guest for this season. We had only one lone guest because we just love this OG crew. It's
Yeah.
better this way. But David was a great guest, and we're going to have him on. So we will join. I'm going to do that again because I really fucked that up.
Wait, you were thinking of Borg. We will join what? Troll?
We will assimilate.
join?
I'm gonna go get in my my regeneration chamber after
That
this.
you need one.
Yep. We will join you next week for the Star Trek Lower Decks finale. So for Giraffe, for Brittany, for Hawk, for Eric, I am Julian. Live long and prosper, Majram. Good night.
Thanks for beaming into our podcast today. If you want to keep the hailing frequencies open, you can subscribe on Apple and Google Podcasts, YouTube, and Spotify. Like what you hear? Put in a good word with Starfleet and leave us a 5-star review.